is this the end? Or close to the end? Alright, so Reborn 405 seemingly seems like a precursor to the end. It's like, if things are heading the proper way, we got one more or two more chapters, it looks like. I don't know what to say, honestly. It's like, in this particular chapter, things seem to be wrapping up the entire story. It pretty much seems as though everything is going to get solved. So basically, in this chapter, after we find the revelation of who Checkerface truly is, Kawahida, and to be honest, I was a little, like, I guess, surprised and kind of let down in a way, or I don't really know how to describe it, because it just seemed a little random for Kawahida to say, hey, I'm an alien, or not that he's an alien, he's of a different species, so I guess, yeah, you could say he's an alien, and Uni is as well, and we're the last of our kind, and, he broke down the history of what these rings and everything meant, and where they started and whatnot, and it was kind of interesting, but to be honest with you, that whole alien thing threw me for a loop. I was like, wait a minute, what? It kind of just seemed a little bit like skating on the realms of, I got to think of something interesting for Kawahida and Checkerface overall. I mean, Checkerface does seem like he's always seemed like a very different person or a different type of being, but I don't know, that whole alien thing just threw me for a loop, I guess. And basically, Checkerface or Kawahida, whatever you want to call him at this point, seemingly is beyond, like, taking down. You can't take him down. So even if, let's just say, everything fails of what they're going to do in this particular next chapter coming up, there's no way they could, like, take him down to stop any of what he wants to do, because he literally just, like, blew some of his flame aura, and it was 10 times that of Suna, and he was like, oh, it's as easy as breathing for me. So there's no way, if they wanted to go to combat with him, which it doesn't seem that it's heading that way, but there's no way they could take him down, which is crazy. So basically, a lot of the problems that they went through, if he really wanted to, he could have stopped. Like, the entire future arc, if he wanted to, he could have took Byakuran down, like, no sweat. He pretty much didn't even really think of it as helping them. He's like, oh, so that's what you thought it was, because they're like, oh, you're the guy that helped us. So he didn't even really feel like he was helping them. I guess he felt like he was doing it for the greater good of the Earth and whatnot. And that's pretty much why I guess he didn't step into, because of Uni. Uni pretty much was ready to sacrifice her life to save everything. And overall, I don't know, I was just like, this just seems like, wow, is this really the end? Because it's just coming out of nowhere. It's like wrapping up nicely. I mean, we still got a little bit to go with a couple different things, so maybe a little bit more than 1 or 2 chapters, but nonetheless, I'm still a little bit, like, I guess a little let down with Kawahida. I don't know. I expected it to be something different, maybe a former mob boss from the old days or something like that. I don't know, but it was just crazy, like how pretty much he's an alien. And, there's been some crazy stuff in Reborn, but now we got aliens. I don't know. Maybe I'm too hung up on that part. And all around, it just seems as though everything is just wrapping up, and I'm just, like, stunned. Like, when do we get an announcement of the manga's ending? So, is this really the end? Is everything going to wrap up? Because now Bermuda is seemingly going to help out, because Talbot shows up with the machine thingy that basically we could put all the flames in there, and there's no longer going to be a need for Aricobarenos to basically, function the Trini Seti. And there's so much dialogue in this chapter, by the way. Very dialogue heavy. I mean, this is probably one of the most dialogue heavy chapters I've read in a long time, and Reborn. It was really dialogue heavy, which the explanation was just so, like, deep. Like, you gotta really pay attention. If not, you'll be like, what Trini Seti? What, what's going on? So yeah, very dialogue heavy, which is, I guess, a plus if things are wrapping up. But if things are gonna keep going, then, like, what was the point of all this? I mean, I guess it's good that we know everything, and pretty much all of the Reborn world secrets are out. There's nothing more really we can find out about this world, unless there's, like, some secrets that we're going to learn later on or something. But for the most part, it seems like every question, personally me, that I had about the Reborn universe is pretty much, solved. Is like, I know about the Aricobarenos, I know about the Mar rings, I know about the Pongola rings, I know about the pacifiers, I know about Kawahida, this guy from the future arc that we all wondered, whatever happened to him. We know about Bermuda, the Vendice is like, we know about everything. I don't think there's any more questions that I would have after this chapter. So pretty much it seems as though things are wrapping up. I could see Reborn ending even next chapter. And if it does, I'm going to be a little sad, but at the same time, it's ending properly, because there's not much more other than a time skip. If there's a time skip, then yeah, that's acceptable. It's like, okay, let's see what's going to happen when maybe Suna is already the boss or getting close to taking that next step to becoming the boss. But if not, then there's not much more the story can really go. I guess maybe one question I have is about regarding Talbot. Like, I would like to know a little bit more about him. How does he know all this stuff? How does he know how to create all these things? How does he know about this I guess, cure to using the Arikobarenos? Instead of using them, we could use this machine. How is he this smart about all this stuff? I mean, he's been around for a long time, but maybe a little more backstory on him, about a page or two. And other than that, I feel as though everything has been really explained and thought out pretty well. It's like everything is set in stone. Like, okay, I understand everything now about the Reborn universe. If things fail, though, and this machine doesn't work, and Bermuda can't do this or whatnot, then things are going to go to hell, and we're probably going to have a big fight with Checkerface. So if that's the only way that things are going to change, if basically this plan that they got, that Talbot came up with Suna, if that fails, then things are going to go, and manga definitely won't end for a bit longer. But as of right now, it seems as though the story's ending, and if this plan goes into effect, then we'll see the Arikobarenos in their adult forms. What do you guys think? Is this the end? Are there any more secrets that you don't know the answers to in the Reborn universe? Because I can't think of any. I know pretty much everything I wanted to know. Maybe we could learn a little bit more about the time travel, the structure of how does it work exactly and whatnot. But we pretty much figured out most of that stuff in the future arc anyways. Just your overall thoughts. Do you feel as though this is wrapping up, and is it wrapping up properly? And I guess your thoughts as well as on Uni and Checkerface being so to speak aliens, because that threw me for a loop again. That's all I really have for this review. It was dialogue heavy, and it seems to wrap up many things. If this plan goes into motion, then Reborn is over. As always, people on ForneverWorld, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you feel it's been a great ride with Reborn, and if it ends the next chapter, then it's been a fun ride. As always, people on ForneverWorld, and have an awesome day.